let's add a little bit of power. I want to make myself abundantly clear from the start as to not be false advertising. I'm in pain, yet very much alive and very well off. I kick the things I disagree with, I breathe with practice, and I stumble forward joyfully. Things are going well for me in some ways, but the cravings are back like they always do. They are the shadows at the edge of my joy. I want to get high again, because I want to make being gay fun again. But to keep my sober streak going, I decided to go for a walk through the winter gardens, as so many of us have, where everything is so absurdly colorful. That's what I wanted my content to be. Colorful, alive, strange and bursting with hues. But instead, it feels like it's sabotaged. It is fucking hijacked by I mean, look, there is room for absolutely everywhere. Yes, it must be here, but I hate it so much when it ropes me into its own rage. I have enough anger on my own that I don't need to associate myself with people angry at things that are far too big for them to comprehend fully, I would say. So here's the blunt truth. I am by no means straight, but I feel repulsed by what has become, well, has mostly been. People now group me under their broken and you can see that it's missing a few ferrules. That's that pointy bit at the tip of the bit that keeps it open, if you were wondering. And a lot of the pieces are bent and snapped, and the whole thing is rattling in the wind. I wanted to explore the way David Bowie did, as an act of individual revolt, an artful rebellion against conformity. Like most other artists, it's quite simple. But nowadays, if I try anything remotely, I will 100% risk being lumped in with political weirdos, instead of being seen as a unique persona with a clearly defined purpose in the biological and societal system. It's not my permanent, it's a performance. You see, I once wrote a divorce letter to Karl Marx. I did it because so many people subscribe to that nonsense, and I needed it to make it absolutely clear. I am not pushing that agenda. You see, I have my own. Mine is the refusal to be buried under whatever circus is currently going on and staying somewhat sovereign while preaching laughter as medicine. And it feels like these idiots are dancing on roads men like myself built out of pain and agony. Men who fought for collective humanity. Men that were castrated. Well, actually, like one big inspiration won the world and died castrated. How tragic. These men fought not just for the outsiders, but for everyone. They fought so that freedom in the bedroom could even exist for all. I guarantee you there are many men who appreciate their wives sticking a finger up their asshole. It's true. Oh my God, and I cherish that. I am so grateful. I cherish it so unbelievably dearly. I cherish the ability to marry, to love without legal or social chains. I am utterly satisfied. I am grateful for the work of my predecessors. Parading it was completely unnecessary. But now it's no joke, especially selected true lunatics. I mean, you see the polarization. Of course they pick the worst ones. These or whatever are eroding the confidence masses, I often worry it's making them question whether granting this freedom was even a good idea in the first place. Because the fucking fools have involved the goddamn As someone with first-hand experience of persecution, I often imagine the pitchforks rising again, being pointed at me for trying to do something rather artsy. I know that he baked into what I say. I say a lot of things. And I have certain perversions I intend to do and go through with publicly. And, I mean, like, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done. Oh, it's a fucking shit show that has to be done. But in doing my fucking shit show, I fit under the descriptions on a lot of technicalities, yes. But it's always felt like a clown's costume, not something I want to parade around and teach the next generations it's okay. No, I'm not okay. This is most certainly not okay what I do. You may end up doing what I'm doing if you have significant pain, because this kind of pain is the crucible of my peacock. Pain forged my identity, not a fucking... Everybody knows the story of the criminal with the abusive father. Everyone knows how those wounds twist identity. Many people nowadays, well, not many people, just these fucking idiots, might look at me and brand me a phobe. That is incorrect. I myself began wishing I was a guy, thinking it would make more sense of my animus. Well, I played it out fully and completely until the suicidality kicked in. But the moment I encountered a real, not a flesh and blood, double beings, I learned how ludicrous it was to imagine I could inhabit their experience. What an absolute God-given gift it is to be born and to have a fucking dick. What I am confident in saying is this: I am not an apologist, nor am I a cheerleader for the alphabet soup. Too many of them are enabled children, taking for granted the mercy of modern society. I remember being young, ready to try out what I had suppressed for far too long. And I knew I needed a symbol, a signal to get me fucking laid. So I used was like the only thing available. But as I grew older, I realized it was never the that truly accepted me. It was society itself. Now I watch the youth and wonder, do the familially persecuted still have no alternative to the nightmare of being wired somewhat differently? I know this much. Lost individuals fall prey not to tribes, but to politics. Disgusting, opportunistic politics. I most certainly hope that in my lifetime to see the veil rupture. I hope the word is no longer seen as something to be proud of. I want it to be remembered as the insult that it is. And simply one insult amongst many. I will spit in the face of anyone that calls me. It is not a banner nor a brand for me. And I hope that having a now somewhat conventional sexual preference doesn't automatically group you with imbeciles, as Maleficent or Ursula might say.